Hello everyone and welcome back to ReLearning. ReLearning is back with an interesting new video. This video is going to be about weather and climate. In this video we are going to cover weather, climate, what influences climate and heat zones. So let's get started. Weather is defined as the condition of air temperature, air pressure, wind, humidity, rainfall in the atmosphere at a given place and time. Weather changes every day. It may be hot and dry today, but tomorrow it may be rainy and wet. The weather condition in the morning may be different than that in the evening. Changes in weather condition give rises to seasons. It also determines the crop that farmers grow. In India, we enjoy 3 seasons. Those are summer, winter and monsoon. Let's see the next one, that is climate. Now, the weather condition that prevails over a large area for a long period of time is called climate. The climate of a place remains more or less the same. Then, the different parts of the world have different types of climate. On the basis of prevailing climatic condition, the world can be divided into 7 major climatic regions. Let's see the next one, that is the 7 major climatic conditions. Here the map is given and there is an index. Orange color is given for very hot and wet. Now you can see that the equatorial region is having the orange, dark orange color. Next is hot and wet. Hot and wet has a brown color. Tropical monsoon regions have the hot and wet climate. Then very hot and dry, you can see again on the equatorial part that the yellow color is given. Cool and dry region, which is nearby the Arctic Circle and the Antarctic Circle. Warm and wet region is between the Arctic Circle and the Tropic of Cancer. Then next is very cold region is between the Arctic Circle and the North Pole and Antarctic Circle and the South Pole. Then Mediterranean is nearby the coastal areas below the Tropic of Capricorn. Getting it? So near the equatorial part, it is majorly very dry and very hot. Then above the equatorial region and between the Tropic of Cancer, it is very hot and dry. Then above the Tropic of Cancer and below the Arctic Circle, it is warm and wet as well as Mediterranean. Same between the Tropic of Capricorn and Antarctic Circle. And the very cold regions are between the poles and the Arctic Circle and Antarctic Circle. Getting it? Let's see the next one. What influences the climate? Many factors influence the distribution of heat on the earth, thereby affecting the climate. Let us know about them. Distance from the equator, then height above the sea level, which is also called as altitude, distance from the sea level, direction of the winds, humidity and rainfall. These all are the factors which are influencing the climate. Let's see the next part. Distance from the equator. Now, the sun rays fall on the surface of the earth. Near the equator, these rays are vertical and spread over a small area. So, as we move away from the equator and towards the pole, the rays become slanting and cover a larger area. Thus, places near the equator receive more heat. These places are hotter than those which are away from the equator. Getting it? Let's see the next one. Height above the sea level, which is also called as altitude. You know that hill stations such as Shimla, Nainital, Ooty are cool even in summers. Most peaks in Himalayas are covered with snow and ice even during summers. This shows that places located at higher altitude are colder than those at the lower altitude, even if they are situated on the same latitude. Getting it? Let's see the next one. The third one, that is distance from the sea. Places near the coast have a moderate climate. It is neither too hot nor too cold. This is due to the effects of sea breeze. Water bodies heat up and cool down at a slower rate than land. In summers, therefore, the sea is cooler than the land. Hence, air over the sea is cooler than over the land. This cool air is called the sea breeze, which blows from sea to land, making the land cooler. In winter, opposite happens and the land becomes warmer. Places far away from the sea do not get sea breezes. So they are extremely hot in summer and very cold in winter. Such a climate is called extreme climate. Okay? Let's see the next one. The fourth one, that is direction of winds. Now, winds blowing from hot region increases the temperature of a place, while those blowing from cold region decreases the temperature. Delhi is hot in summer due to the dry hot wind that blows from Rajasthan, and in winter, cold winds from the Himalayas make northern India very cold. Winds blowing from sea makes the land close to the sea cool and moist. Sometimes winds bring clouds with them, which causes rainfall. Getting it? Humidity and rainfall. Moisture or water vapor present in the air is called humidity. Humid air causes rainfall. Places near the equator are hot and humid and receive a lot of rainfall. Air over deserts does not have moisture, so these places receive very little or no rainfall. Very cold places experiences snowfalls. The amount of rainfall and the season when it falls also influences the climate of that place. Let's see the next one, heat zones. We can divide the earth into 3 heat zones on the basis of the difference in their temperature. First one, Torrid Zone, second temperate zone, and the Frigid Zone. Getting it? Let's get into more details. The first one, Torrid Zone. The Torrid Zone or the tropical zone lies on the both sides of equator between the Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn. The climate is hot and humid throughout the year because direct sun rays fall over it. Let's see the next one, that is temperate zone. The areas lying between the Torrid Zone and the Frigid Zone in both the hemisphere are called the temperate zones. It is neither very hot nor very cold here, as these zones are away from the equator and also from the poles. Let's see the next one, that is Frigid Zone. The areas lying between the Arctic Circle and North Pole in the northern hemisphere and that between the Antarctic Circle and the South Pole in southern hemisphere are the frigid zones. This zone receives slanting rays of the sun. It remains very cold throughout the year. Getting it? Now let's quickly recap the topic. Air temperature and pressure, humidity, rainfall and wind influences the weather. Weather changes daily. The climate of a place remains the same year after year. Climate depends upon many factors like distance from the equator, height above the sea level, distance from the sea, directions from which the wind blows, humidity and rainfall. The earth is divided into 3 heat zones. Those are Torrid Zone, which is hot and humid climate, temperate zone, which has moderate climate, and frigid zone, which has very cold climate. Got it? So this was weather and climate. I hope you all have understood the topic very nicely. If you have enjoyed the video, do hit the like button, share your thoughts in the comment section, share the video with your friends and family, and make sure to hit the subscribe button. This is me Swapnil signing off. Thank you.